feel like Gundams are just bullshit. Is Gundams more comparable with 40k than Star Wars? Fuck. Been rubbing your knob.
Ah, I see. Hmm.
Bish. I could understand if you're doing this for your collection, but just to piss me off, that pisses me off even more. Um, customer discount? No. Nobody's fucking watching your stream. Stop being a kiss ass. Uh, I swear to you, it will not make a difference. Nothing will change. Ah, yeah. Mhm. Your stream sucks. Bad quality. You can barely see it. Why do you have it such smallness? Make it bigger. Kind of. Get what they want. I got the main character, so plot armor. I win. Second. Wait, why? What tactical reason would you make it pink? That's yeah. Dude, I just realized I have a Ninjago power suits. A couple of those. Maybe they're comparable. I don't. Fuck. Dude, I have the ones that were built like the god dude, the one who made everything. I have a couple of those. I disagree. I'm just saying it wasn't that bad. I wasn't saying it was better than anyone else. Yeah, I have how many? I have three of those, and then I have seven like huge snake dudes. Let take it out and show us. Do it faster. Wait, what? W- I thought it was a. I thought this was a World War II thing.
I was gonna say,
I don't know names, okay?
yeah, that is an MG3, I believe. Yeah, that's what I said, MG3.
What's that? What's that right next to the Glock? That ring thing. Yeah. Ah. Wait, so they're Gundams that can actually destroy planets?
Are
Then how do you defeat the Death Star? It's the size of a planet. I mean, moon. Yeah, but they don't have that information. No, that's a huge. That's a moon-sized thing. You don't. They're not just flying around looking for shit. And besides, we already established that there are weapons on the Death Star that can damage them. What do you think they? Do you think they're blindfolded or something? They have targeting computers, you know. They're not stormtroopers, and that's not accurate. That's not lore friendly. No, they're not. Those are gunners. They're different. No, they hit. What do you mean? They killed a couple of guys. If you're talking about the starfighters, that's because those guns aren't meant for starfighters. I think you're not taking in. I think you're not taking in plot armor, which is responsible for most of that. No, I refuse. The plot armor is the reason. Your Gundam pilots are stupid too. Nah, they're just stupid. And wait, what is the reason? What is the reason why they're children? Is there some kind of reason, or just they don't have enough population from city? Excuse me. It sounds like a hog of bullshit. Why would you make it that way? Yeah, but so they don't have the capability to equip fully grown people in them. I refuse to say that 80% of our of the Star Wars universe is incompetent. I primarily blame that just on that I blame it on the fact that they're shooting at the main character. What? Give me an example, because I'm not getting your point. Yeah, Ray is stupid. I refuse to admit that is a part of the universe. Flynn? Don't you mean that's Finn, not Flynn? Good. Audience,
There we
he's
go.
an ass.
There we go. I mean, I am an ass, but that's to be expected.
No, the
I have to
species.
fucking build sprockets now. Okay. Fucking time to
No.
do drive wheels.
Rex, do you have any input?
I kind of agree with Gore on the fact that
Shut the hell up! No, I'm just kidding.
No, continue.
that Finn was a horrible misuse of a character. Like, he had so much fucking potential. So much. And they didn't use any of it.
Yep.
And then we ended up forgetting about him basically completely.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree that the later movies are kind of shit. That's because, yeah,
Kathleen Kennedy.
I
Okay.
kind of,
You
I
want-
kind of think that they are not a part of the real Star Wars universe.
They aren't anymore. They're non-canonical. Okay, you want me to go back to the main series? Okay. So
Yeah,
first movie. Darth Vader had Leia in his clutches, correct? You
Yes.
agree that? Fucking
Yeah.
why? Why did he not keep her with him pretty much at all times?
That's because
he knew that she was his daughter.
no,
Yes.
no.
He knew Luke was his son.
That's because that's later on. He found it out later on.
He didn't find it out. He knew.
He felt it because
He felt it.
Or-
Fucking Leia is not like a fucking psychic blank in fucking Warhammer. She has fucking force abilities.
No,
she has a
yes.
tie to the force.
Or Luke knew he was his son. Leia did not, so he couldn't read it off of her.
Luke didn't know he was his son either.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He got told before he went to.
No, he wasn't told. It was only afterwards when he fucking met or revisited Yoda.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he asked him.
Sorry, I was mixing.
He asked
the
him
both
to make
movies.
sure. Wait, are you sure that I'm related to this fucker? Yes, you're fucking related, dumbass.
Yeah, sorry, I mixed the two movies together.
Yeah. Fucking. So he didn't. Again, Vader knew because he could feel the presence in the Force, which I know. Saying this right now makes me sound like such a fucking nerd. To be
Yeah,
fair, we are fucking nerds.
Yep.
But the reason they let them, they escaped at all from the Death Star is because they
Also,
were letting them.
can't fucking Vader pull ships from fucking like orbit or some shit like that?
It depends on the size of the ship.
Okay, Millennium Falcon.
Which movie and what time?
Fucking the movie where they leave, the first movie.
That is because he was letting them.
Why would he?
Because they wanted to know where the rebel base was. The Millennium Falcon had a tracking device on it.
I also don't understand. We're shown that you can use the Force to force people to tell you information. Why doesn't he just use that?
It only works on certain people, and not every species is. Some species have immunity to it.
Okay, there's still chemical agents you can use to get information.
They were gonna in the Legends. They did use it on Leia, but Leia, because she had the Force powers, she was able to withstand it.
That's some motherfucking bullshit right there.
No, Force users have a greater resistance to many things.
That is some motherfucking bullshit.
And Gundams aren't. Gundok. Fuck.
They're not resistant to chemicals. You could still knock them out with a fucking syringe. Or a bop to the head. Like, what's his name? Commander or something or another. Literally goes up to the main character of the series and just slaps the ever-loving shit out of the motherfucker.
Are we talking about Star Wars or what are we talking
that's
about?
Gundam. Literally,
Okay.
in the first series, fucking Commander what's-his-face, I don't remember his name. I'm sorry, Gundam fans, you can fucking crucify me later on. Fucking Commander what's-his-face goes up to Amuro Ray, who is the main character of the series. New
Ray?
type powers and everything, Amuro Ray, and fucking slaps the shit out of him.
Good.
It was absolutely hilarious. To this day, it is called what's his name slap. I forget the fucking name of this commander. But you get the point. It's fucking hilarious. It made everyone laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm building.
I think I have effectively defended Star Wars.
You have attempted.
I have.
You have.
I gave
how the
you
only
reasonable explanations to
I love how
everything
the-
you said.
I love how the only Star Wars kit I have is one that my mother built. And it's like a really tiny X-Wing because she likes X-Wings. Hmm.
I have two.
You have two X-Wings?
I have one old X-wing and one new one.
I have no idea which one I have. I probably had... The thing's probably a new one. I think I had an X-Wing when I was a kid. But, I mean... Meh. I started building Gundam and I was like, yay, this is fun. These are already, like, painted properly.
Aren't Gundams like only a couple pieces?
No. They're runners upon runners of pieces.
Sorry, I don't know anything about it. I'm asking questions.
Fucking, I also love that there's a literal life-size walking Gundam in Yokohama, Gundam Base Tokyo.
Excuse me?
Yeah, have you never seen it?
No. Why would I have seen something I don't do?
Okay, 1 second. Well, because there were a lot of pictures of it in the model building communities.
I'm
Yeah,
not a part of those communities.
I'll pull it up on the stream in a second. Just as soon as I get this fucking running torsion drive fucking finished.
You're so slow.
I can't help it. It's a fucking torsion drive. I'm not exactly building a fiddly little walker system.
What?
I have no space to like move my my mouse now, my mouse cursor. Okay, so I'm gonna go to in-game. And whatever. There y'all get to see my fucking screen shit.
So many pings.
Yeah, I kind of ignore them. What's it?
Oh, that's annoying. All those pings. I never leave pings alone. They're so...
I kind of
don't
ignore them.
either.
No,
I'm
not.
practically
I would love
incapable.
if I could. I can't. Okay, I was about to say I can't buy a 1-to-1 scale Gundam, can I? Okay, so this is the fucking. Show me like a good picture, not that shit. This shit.
Open image and.
Open image in new tab, yes.
What is that thing made
What a
out of?
fucking impotent. What a fucking impotent. Why?
Why? Why does Google do this? What?
Okay, so this was the original one that they first made. I don't know how well you could see. You know, fuck. This was the original one they first made. This one was made in like 1990, and then they tore it down, and they replaced it with this one. And then for the Olympics, they built this one, which can walk around and move and all that other shit. It can.
Wait, it can walk around?
Not far, but yes. And then they built a technically third in a different place, third right now. This one, which was in China, and I think they're building another new one right now, which is supposed to be the new Gundam.
And these things fucking walk.
These don't. These are just statues. This one walks.
How?
It has legs.
Yeah, I mean, how is it controlled, you idiot?
Well, you see, there's this thing called a cockpit in its stomach.
I fucking hate you.
I mean,
What?
you're the kind of dumb one for asking the question. Also, this one does have transform in 2 modes. It has this one, which is just Gundam Unicorn mode. And then it
Unicorn.
has... Yes, this is the Unicorn Gundam.
Why is it a unicorn?
Because it looks like a unicorn right now. It has the big antenna.
Oh, I thought
And it's all white.
Is...
This is, I think, Unit 1 or Unit 0, I forget. But the Unicorn is the first one of the RX-0 series? Or RX-1 series? It's the first of the Unicorn series. So there's the Unicorn, the Phoenix, and the Banshee. So that's regular mode. And then it has Destroy mode, which it gets a red lights, the antenna separates, the knees and arms get longer, and the armor separates to reveal the new type conductive paneling. And I don't know if it will show us Hope mode, but it should. I'm not seeing Hope mode. But you get the picture of what I'm trying to portray. Hope mode is literally Destroy mode, but with green instead of red.
Okay.
Yeah. Just that you wanted to be a cuck.
What?
What?
Build faster.
Fucking, I'm working, dumbass.
No, do it faster.
I gotta do it faster, especially after I've been drinking and eat shit gummies.
Shit gummies.
And those gummies will make me shit sooner or later.
What?
Yeah, they're sugar-free
I thought
gummies.
I thought you were just talking about shitty gummies, not actual shit gummies.
No, they're laxative gummies. Well,
Why?
They're not supposed to be laxative gummies. They're supposed to just be sugar-free gummies. But the stuff they use to make them sugar-free acts as a quote-unquote mild laxative. It's the reason I say quote-unquote.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
If you read the reviews... Actually, Rex, I will leave it to you to read the reviews for my for my stream.
Alright,
Go look them up.
what are these gummies?
Russian posted about them a few days ago.
Alright, I'll look through the chat then.
Eat these gummies and you crap.
Oh no, it's a little more than just crap.
Oh.
This is liquid espousement.
Oh god.
Why?
That is...
Why would you willingly eat those?
What's the hubris? Doesn't help that I'm drinking vodka as well, which also makes you shit.
I'm going to eat
The
food.
stream is just good ideas, isn't it?
Alright.
I'll be back in a little bit.
This stream is just good ideas, isn't it?
These are...
You're laughing without even... Wait till Bert's back, that way you could, like, compose yourself.
Alright.
Because the second, like, you read too far in, you cannot stop yourself from continuing to read.
Oh god, these are already hilarious.
Oh, 100%.
Uh,
One of the reviews is just, oh, they're not that bad. I lied. They're pretty fucking bad. Fucking demon bears, that's what they are.
Demon bears.
Yeah. I'd ask you if you want some, but I can't give you any.
You can't send mild laxatives across state border.
You can, actually.
Hold on, wait.
Legally, you can.
Legally? Holy shit.
Legally, you can. Is it frowned upon? Yeah, probably. But
More than likely.
yeah, they'd be pretty sticky by the time they came to you. By the time they got there, they'd be pretty melted,
Well, I
congealed
mean,
into a block of just.
Texas here is in between a state of going from 80s to 20s to 40s, back to 30s, and then to 80s again.
So what you're saying is these would be fucking terrible.
Yeah.
These would just fucking die. I've already eaten like a handful. I'll probably have some more shortly. Maybe to increase its effects.
Why would you want to increase its effects?
I don't really know. I just have a feeling. Maybe it's like Slam Fire where it just goes all in one go.
Oh no.
Just wham! I cracked the toilet bowl!
Ah. I'm crying due to laughter now.
Family comes home, they're just like, what the fuck? Why is there poop everywhere? How'd you get it on the ceiling?
Uh, hey there, Bizak. How you doing?
Oh, hi, Bizak.
I'm doing pizza.
I know you're Bizak.
Oh.
Notice how I'm not doing a like play-by-play of these fucking Legos because it's take fucking forever. There we go. There's the fucking piece I'm looking for. How's your day going so far?
Just good. I woke up.
I woke up about an hour ago, hour and a half. Are you watching the stream?
I am.
Neat. So you're about to see me.
The good gummies.
Mm-hmm. I feel my nose twitching, which is probably not a good sign.
That is definitely not a good sign.
Mm-hmm. I feel I've made a mistake somewhere.
What are you making?
A Leopard 2A7.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Didn't watch anime?
Well, I can't right now. I'm streaming.
But yeah, but
He's currently reading the description of the Demon Bears.
Not the description, the
Or
review.
the reviews of the Demon Bears. The mistakes I have made.
Yeah, I would say you definitely made a mistake or two.
not a mistake if it's intentional.
I would imagine so.
Yes. Sure, you see. Pain. Pain awaits me. In my short future. I'd ask if y'all are up for War Thunder today, but I think I don't know what the rest of my day entails yet.
Well, regardless, I'll probably still be playing War Thunder.
Tales can be set about in large text. Mark the time.
Should watch the number.
Huh?
119.
Ooh. Fucking love stole this Naya. Fucking Bert yelling at me to go faster like I'm some fucking Russian racehorse. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm using a full-on, like, Gundam cutting board.
I can't stop laughing at the reviews.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. You know what? Fine. Fucking Bert's being a fucking wimp. Start reading them out.
Alright. These are yummy, soft, and extremely delicious. You get a lot for the money, it's all well worth it. Perhaps best to not eat too many at one time, however. It's all up to the individual that decides when enough is enough. Also, during my taste test, I'm not sure what my bowels shot out of me, but somehow I can now do arithmetic again. Thanks, Haribo.
Arithmetic.
Did not work as expected. This review is in no way a joke. I have to use gummy vitamins due to a surgery I had in the past year. I had them in my medicine cabinet in my room, and 2 kids got in them in about ate about 400 of them in one sitting.
Jesus. Oh no, God!
Again, I am not joking. So I bought these and put them in my vitamin bottles, gone, and no diarrhea. Then I left the bag out. They ate over 3 pounds in one sitting, and again, no diarrhea. And it was meant to be a natural consequence, but the consequence was yet again on me, as these were a total waste of money.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. He
I'm back.
started reading reviews.
Zach, how dare you make such a bad joke? You're better than this.
No, he isn't.
Recently,
I've never talked to Zach ever, Gore, so I don't know.
He isn't.
recently, I experienced a terrible loss in my life. Eating can be a consequence of such a sad event, as it seemingly makes you feel better emotionally. However, I also felt fine physically. I did not experience diarrhea like Jeffrey's airport experience in 2013. I enjoyed the 5-pound bag all by myself, although it took me about 5 months to eat it. I have IBD, so if anyone's stomachs and bowels would give weight like the Hoover Dam busting apart,
Is he reading responses?
would probably be me. I
Yes.
experienced no such misfortune.
Yes.
And I'm starting my second 5-pound bag. Oh.
Read one of the quote-unquote shittier reviews.
I I just found one. This is not a warning. This will cause your rectum to enter turbo mode and empty your entire life out your rear. You can try eating these in moderation. You can try waiting days between eating them. It does not matter what you try. They are inevitable. They will destroy you from the inside out. On the plus side, these are the best laxatives you can buy. Seriously, cleanses the entire colon. Want to lose 5 pounds in 5 minutes? Just eat a bunch of these and wait for the results.
Did I read one?
Sure.
Which gummy bears was it?
They're the sugar-free gummy bears that were posted by the Russian earlier.
I can send the link to you.
Yeah. These fucking gummies, they fucking slap, dog.
It's on all reviews.
Haribo.
Look for the one that says, "Hell holds no surprises for me anymore."
Hell holds no surprises for me anymore? What the
Yep.
It's an interesting review.
Taking your time, Gore.
This
You know, you
isn't
could
a
stop being
fucking
a
review.
bitch.
This
No.
is an entire damn book.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
Then you see one just say, I pooped.
I pooped.
This is a cautionary tale, and unlike most other reviews on this product, this is a true story, and its authenticity can be qualified by a small news item that appeared in the Toronto Star's local news section during the month of April in 2013.
Sorry.
I would love to consider myself a prudent man, not given the bouts of outspokenness or craving attention, and certainly not one to rock the boat. On any given day, I can be found reading a crime novel on a park bench in the middle of the city, soaking in the opulence of nature while nibbling on my tuna fish sandwiches and fending off the voracious gulls and squirrels that threaten to spoil my repose. This is me, law-abiding, and introspective, which is why it came as a shock to me to find myself incarcerated because of the Devil's Confectionery, Satan's Sweet Mart, Lucifer's Lozenges, horror that is known as Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. I'll set the scene. It was late winter, early spring in Toronto, and the city had just been digging itself out from a late-season snowstorm. I was heading to Pearson International Airport for a red-eye flight to Amsterdam in order to give the Dutch arm of our company some training on the new software that had been installed. I'm deliberately being vague to prevent my place of work from being linked in any way to the incident that occurred. Let me zoom in. I had just finished packing, checked the time, and found that I was running late. My flight was at 7:10 p.m., and it was now almost 5 p.m. Cursing softly, I ran out of the car and threw my bags in the trunk, hitting the gas a little harder than usual in my haste to make it to the long-term parking lot as soon as possible. Luckily, traffic was light on the 401, and I made it to the airport in record time, but knew that my chances of making the flight were still at risk if I didn't use my time wisely. I hadn't eaten since lunch, and I was feeling a bit hungry, my stomach rumbling loudly in
Yeah.
protestation? Protestation?
Protestation, yes.
That's a word?
Yes, protestation's a word.
In protestation. Which caused me to look around at the other travelers rushing past me in the busy terminal. Mortified that my bodily noises might be heard by others, I briskly checked my watch and decided that I had enough time to grab a quick snack before going through the baggage check and security, and would get something more substantial once I was checked through security. I spotted a vending machine nested in a relatively low-traffic corner of the terminal and rushed over. Already pulling out my credit card and mentally assessing what I had a craving for so as to save time interacting with the machine, my eyes scanned the colorfully array of confection quickly, coming to rest on a tantalizing, rainbow-colored bag of gummy bears with the simple white and red logo, Haribo, emblazoned across the bag in what appeared to be a slightly tweaked Helvetica rounded font. I gotta scroll the whole page. Give me a second. Now I had to pause here in the story for a moment to underscore the importance of making proper choices. I was hungry. When you're hungry, you should eat food. Food is defined as a nutritious substance that people consume to maintain life. That is what food is. These days, the definition of the word food has been bastardized, and the meaning has been broadened to include veritably any material that can be digested, or rather chewed and swallowed without causing death or severe illness. Haribo's sugar-free gummy bears are not food. They aren't even from this planet. I imagine their origins being conceived in a boardroom in hell by a top team of creative pain administrators with senior-level demons rubbing their hands together in ghoulish delight as hell's chief chemist slowly lifts the veil on their new creation. The point here being, I made a very, very, very poor decision. I pushed the button and the vending machine ejected the brightly colored bag into my waiting hands. I had always liked gummy bears. They were bright, but rather innocuous. They weren't overly sweet, so as to become cloying, and, of course, each candy came in the visage of a rather happy, docile bear reminiscent of the picture one's mind eye holds of all anthropomorphic bears from Yogi to Winnie. Anthropomorphic.
Yes, anthropomorphic is a word.
There's a P, I forgot about it. The way I figured it, I was taking a bit of a holiday from life, so I could relax my fastidiously regimented daily schedule a little to allow for some frivolity. After all, I was going to be in Amsterdam come morning with 16 hours to kill before I had to be training the Dutch employees. Maybe I would take a trip down to one of the coffee shops in the red light district and really let my hair down. No, I wouldn't do that. I would see that the area of the city from the bus as I went to the hotel, where I would eat at the hotel restaurant and drink sparkling water. So I'd better enjoy the gummy bears, my one extravagance to commemorate my break from routine. I joined the queue in the KLM line, which was mercifully short, most likely because all of the passengers from my flight had already been checked through, as the flight was scheduled to depart in an hour. I checked my watch again, frowned, and absent-mindedly opened the bag of Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. and began to munch on them as the line slowly advanced. To be fair, they tasted fine, just like every other manufacturer's brand of the colorful candy, and they were sugar-free to boot. This is what made the whole incident that followed so baffling. If they had tasted off or different, I most likely wouldn't have continued to shovel them into my mouth absent-mindedly while daydreaming about what I would order to eat from room service in my hotel in Amsterdam. As I gave my attendant my e-ticket and she weighed my bags, the first of the pains began in my stomach. I thought nothing of it at first, chalking it up to the fact that I needed something more substantial than gummy worms to tackle my hunger. But over the course of the next 5 minutes, the shooting pain began to come in more rapid succession. At this point, I had my boarding pass printed and rubbing my stomach a little. I proceeded to security. Bleh. Bleh. It feels weird, that sentence. I proceeded to security. I briefly entertained the thought of trying to find a restroom before going through security. But at that point, my discomfort was manageable, and I didn't think it was getting any worse. Certainly not within the amount of time it would take to clear security. I joined the line and started fishing for my passport to present to the agent checking tickets. I felt a thin sheen of sweat break out on my forehead and underarms, and my features flushed for a moment as a wave of heat washed over me. I didn't pay it much heed, as going through security always caused me great anxiety, and I chalked it up to pre-flight jitters. It was only as I stood face to face with the agent and handed her my passport and ticket that I had a glimpse of the agony that was about to begin. It felt like time rippled for a moment, as if my consciousness buckled so intense. As my consciousness buckled so in. What's that sentence? As if my consciousness buckled, so intense was the pain that fired through my bowels. I grimaced spastically and emitted a low moan, and felt myself take an involuntary step sideways. Stars shot through my head briefly as my vision blurred, and then snapped back into focus. The agent was staring at me with slight consternation and asked me if I was all right. I pulled myself together, and stood up straight, and declared that I was fine, mortified that I had a lapse of decorum, not only in public, but at the security clearance in an airport. Let me scroll again. I gotta scroll the whole page down. Christ. As I fumbled off my belt to go through the metal detector, the pain in my stomach increased, and I practically had to sit on the floor to take my shoes off, terrified of what would happen if I bent at the middle to do it. It was becoming increasingly more evident to me that this wasn't just a stomachache. No, this was something much worse. As a child, I had had a bout of diarrhea after a trip to Mexico with my family. I remember the feeling of nausea that swept through me before my child self had surrendered to the gas pains and parked myself on the toilet for an hour, shitting until I felt like I didn't have any bones left. And that was how I was feeling now, with several key differences. The pain was worse. The sense of an impending bowel movement was so formidable it gave me temporary amnesia. And it took all of my willpower, all of it, to clench my butt cheeks together to prevent my sphincter from exploding. A sudden shock of pain racked my body, and I half wondered if I was going to give birth to a Tasmanian devil. The crazy, fever-induced image of said cartoon animal chasing Bugs Bunny through the splashy, volcanic shit kettle that was my stomach caused me to elicit a short, maniacal bark of laughter as I approached the metal detector. A wild, distant look in my eyes. Sweat now beginning to pour off me like a long-distance runner in Kenya.
What?
Security agent on the
What?
a wild, distant look in my eyes. Sweat now beginning to pour off of me like a long-distance runner in Kenya.
Oh god.
The security agent on the other side of the detector shot a quick glance over to her coworker, who narrowed his eyes and made a subtle movement towards his holster. My breathing became uneven as I entered the metal detector, and I realized with alarm that I had taken off my socks without even registering it. And one of my shirt tails was untucked at the front. I held my breath, my eyes bulging dangerously from my head, as the machine scanned me. I shakily moved forward towards the agent for a pat-down. My stomach began to elicit sounds that could only be described as otherworldly. It started off as a sort of bubbling sound heard from afar, and grew in pitch and intensity at an alarming rate. My jaw dropped in shock. as what I could only describe as the sound of an agonized wailing alley cat in heat, with a persistent Doppler effect added to its voice, emitted from some nether region of my intestines. The officer's eyes widened in alarm, and she kept her eyes glued to my stomach as she thoroughly patted me down. As she reached my shins, I felt my innards suddenly expand and plummet towards my rectum. With cat-like reflexes, I squeezed my sphincter shut with what seemed like nanoseconds to spare. And I knew that if I didn't get to the bathroom immediately, I would shit myself. With a Herculean effort and all of the strength I could muster, I forced my butt cheeks together, knowing that one false move would open the floodgates. I began to walk like a duck, trying to remain as inconspicuous as possible, not even caring now what other people were seeing in front of them. A disheveled, barefoot, 40-year-old businessman, red-faced and bulgy-eyed, sweating profusely, shaking slightly, and walking without bending his knees. With single-minded intensity, I grabbed my carry-on, shoes, and socks from out of the plastic tub that had passed the X-ray inspection. And without putting anything back on, I turned on my heels with the intention of finding the nearest restroom and slowly dying there, one squirt at a time. But that's not what happened. I turned to go and found myself standing at 3 armed agents who stopped me and asked me if I would follow them. Why? What's the matter? I stammered, wincing slightly as the act of speech seemed to strain the tenuous and extremely fragile truce I had negotiated between my bowels and the tempest that raged within. I have to go to the bathroom, right now, I pleaded. Just follow us, please, they said, leaving no room for argument. The other travelers clearing the security check stared with curiosity and revulsion at the spectacle unfolding before them, whispering amongst themselves and hurrying to pack up their belongings and get as far away from me as possible, no doubt assuming that the airport had nabbed some sort of domestic terrorist. If I hadn't been furiously trying to hold back the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, I likely would have died of shame. With each step I took towards the room that they ushered me into, I felt that my legs would give way. I marveled at how strong the human will be. I marveled at how strong the human will could be. Marveled at. That's a weird sentence structure. Marveled at what was essentially patching a hole in the Hoover Dam with bubble gum could actually be sustained indefinitely. Maybe I would make it through this ordeal after all. The room they brought me into was an examination room. I had pretty much stopped registering details of my environment as my consciousness closed off all but the absolutely necessary functions. Breathing, ability to walk, but I snapped back into reality when I heard the snap of rubber. The slow dawning of realization.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Yes.
The room they brought me to was an examination room. I had pretty much stopped registering details of my environment as my consciousness closed off all but the absolutely necessary functions. Breathing, ability to walk. But I snapped back to reality when I heard the snap of rubber. The slow dawning of realization poked through my agony and stoic resolve as I turned to face an agent donning rubber gloves. Sir, we are going to perform a cavity search on you, a young, fresh-faced agent stated in a firm but emotionless voice. His short cropped blonde hair was immaculate. And for a crazy moment, I wondered if he was an actor, and this was all some sort of elaborate practical joke done to amuse bored kids watching YouTube. He must have taken my tortured silence for resistance because he looked at me sharply and said, "Lower your pants and underwear, please," and faced the desk. Panic started to grip me in its icy grasp, and the sudden adrenaline threatened to destroy my sphincter's bulwarks and rend my ends in two. I inhaled sharply, and with a pain gasp, I doubled up my efforts to clench my cheeks together. "Sir, please," I begged, deferring to this kid in an act of desperation. Blech. "I have to go to the bathroom. You can follow me into the stall if you need, but I had some bad Haribo sugar-free gummy bears, and now I feel like..." But they had stopped listening and smirked to each other. 2 of the other agents, a tall, dark-haired female, and a shorter, balding fat man, looked away from me, and I could see them shaking a little as they stifled their laughs. "Sir, face the wall. Put your hands on the desk, and spread your cheeks," the young agent stated, a lopsided grin on his face. "But..." I began to protest, and then a fresh shock of pain forced me to stop and lean on the table for support as the ungodly howling rose from my stomach. something between the dying moans of a woolly mammoth and the sound of bubble wrap popping underwater. I exhaled shakily, and my focus began to narrow as I rallied for the final battle. Shaking uncontrollably, and sweat literally raining down onto the tabletop in front of me, I turned to face the wall and heard a meek, childlike voice pleading from somewhere in the room. Please, it said, and then again, please, from somewhere within my mind, recognizing that this sound had issued from me, although my consciousness had now begun to separate from my body, and I held my breath and prayed to God for strength. He probably has some heroin or something up there that opened up, the female guard said, as part of me that hadn't escaped into the ether yet acknowledged that she was behind me to my left. Probably high as a kite. Look at him, she said. The shorter guard agreed with a snort off to my right. Spread your cheeks, the young agent said, his voice directly behind me and lower than the other two, and bend over. Please,
Sick
God,
twisted
please,
fuck.
God, please, God, please, God, I whispered in a desperate, maniacal mantra, not even aware of my surroundings anymore. I felt like I was lost in an opium fog with half-snatched images and sounds filtering through to create a nonsensical version of reality. Another volley of pain tore through me, and I involuntarily leaned forward over the desk. My focus completely narrowed now to a spot on the wall, 2 feet in front of me. I have a phone call. Give me 1 second.
Oh, come on! You can't do that!
Fuck you!
You motherfucker! You absolute
He's throwing
cunt!
crap on somebody.
Wow.
This motherfucker.
That bastard.
What a tease.
What a jeez. Motherfucker. I love how we're all enraptured, sitting here silently. My viewers have dropped to 0, by mind you. It was at 2.
Wait,
It was
somebody-
at 2. It was at 2, and then it went, nope. Gone. All your...
Every single one gone.
They've been gone for about 10 minutes now, which is hilarious to think about.
Oh, that,
That
it was definitely
coincides
gonna crap
just
on
about.
somebody.
It coincides with just about how long the videos been, what's his name's been telling the story.
Be Zach.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Continue, Be Zach, please.
Is he back?
Yeah, I think he's back.
I don't think so.
My focus completely narrowed now to a spot on the wall, 2 feet in front of me. A curious imperfection in what seemed to be whitewashed stone wall. It was a dark blotch about 5 millimeters long and shaped like a smiling bear. A yellow dancing bear. No, a green bear. No, red. It was all the colors of the rainbow. My God, it was beautiful. It just took something as simple as a slight breeze to trigger Armageddon. That's all. No trumpets, no fanfare, no fire raining from the heavens, no dogs and cats living together in harmony, no finger on the button, no prophet to predict it, no nothing. As I stared at the rainbow bear smiling and dancing in front of me, my mouth agape, drooling, eyes glazed and bloodshot, face coated with a sheen of sweat, I heard the softest sound. An exhalation from the young agent behind me. And then, at the same instant, the warm air of his breath feather across my butt cheeks. For just a moment, maybe less, maybe a split second, even a nanosecond, I felt the presence of God there with me in the room as neurons began to misfire at a blinding rate. Nerve ending bristled and muscles twitched reflexively. I stood on the brink with 1 foot hovering over the edge, and then, without taking a step, I found myself plummeting. With a sound like an extra-large plastic ketchup bottle being run over by a Mack truck, my sphincter released. The pressure of the blast pushed me hard into the desk, and the legs of the desk as they scraped across the floor. My body remained rigid for a moment, and I experienced a relief that can only be described as orgasmic in its purity. My eyes rolled back into my head, and my tongue lolled out from my head like a half-retarded dog, and I emitted a low, stained groan that grew and pitched as the filthy torrent pushed its way out of my body. Tremors in my body, and I must have looked like a fish out of water with an endless stream of shit firing out of its ass. Other sensations started to filter in, Now, as my consciousness began to materialize once more, the muffled scream of a dungeon filled with prisoners near death radiated from my stomach. The rushing sound of its liters of liquid trying to escape through an aperture too small to accommodate it all at the same time. The omnipresent sound of chunky liquid splattering against a hard surface with great force. The high screaming of a woman's voice calling out to God. Another voice sobbing uncontrollably, imploring to make it stop. My own ecstatic, monotone wail. When my ordeal had eventually run its course, I was left panting for breath and wobbly-legged, half crying, half laughing with relief, very lucid, and feeling as if I had birthed an elephant. My colon felt like someone had poured chili sauce all over, sent in a colony of fire ants to eat it. Through my stomach, I heard the sounds of dripping, like when the sprinklers are eventually turned off after an office fire, or after a thunderstorm when the willow that overhangs a pond continues to rain down long after the sky has stopped. From behind me, the sobbing continued, and I heard someone trying to speak into the walkie-talkie, but nonsensical words were all that the man could speak, which sounded like the ravings of a lunatic. With great relief, I slowly pulled myself off the table, legs trembling, my stomach eliciting one last sound, a loud, prolonged gas bubbling that eerily resembled a pig orgasm. I slowly turned my head to survey the devastation, and in that instant, if I had a pencil or some other sharp object, I probably would have gouged my eyes out in revulsion. And the smell was enough to drive a man insane. It was the stench of rotting potatoes, mixed with sulfur and ammonia, cooked in a broth of chicken feces, and left to age for 2 weeks in a yeasty stew at the bottom of a French outhouse. After half a whiff of this ghoulish brine, I immediately stopped breathing through my nose, but the taste was to remain in the back of my throat for months to come. The young agent had taken the brunt of the foul witch's brew, and at first I couldn't process what I was seeing. I thought somehow the young blonde kid had been spirited away and replaced by a brown golem. Rankin Rider that had spent the better part of the day driving through every mud puddle he could find after torrential downpour. With some degree of compartmentalization, I came to understand that for some unfathomable reason, this kid hadn't moved, or hadn't been able to move. Through the entire fecal deluge. He had weathered the entire assault head-on, like some sort of hero from Greek mythology. I had given this poor a one-man's... I can't ever pronounce that word. Bukake.
Bukaki.
I had given this poor schmuck a one-man's shit bukake that would make a Brazilian pornographer retch with disgust. And he was still in the same position he must have been from the moment of first impact. I tried to comprehend how he must be feeling, what he must be going through psychologically. But it became evident very quickly that he had become very broken. No doubt, forced so deeply within himself, once the fire hose had been turned on, there was little to no hope of him ever coming back out of it. Certainly not without extensive psychological or a lobotomy. I looked beyond his quivering, catatonic, crouched form to see a perfect outline of him cut out on the white wall behind me. Either side filled in with a dripping, opaque layer of alternately pulpy and runny fecal stew. I noticed two quivering masses at either extremes of the room and realized they were very humanoid in form. Although the caterwailing that was coming from these broken creatures was just blubbering gibberish. And this was the tableau that was burnt into my mind's eye for eternity. Needless to say, I missed my flight. In fact, the next week was a blur. I have vague recollections of an army of hazmat-clad figures looming through the brown landscape of the soiled room, the slopping sounds of rubber boots squelching in puddles of fetid detritus. Detritus?
Fetid
Uncontrollable wailing and animal-like sounds issuing from the mouths of creatures that had been traumatized beyond their capacity for being put back together. The complete loss of sensation from my waist down as I was rolled through the room on a waterproof gurney, its wheels struggling to surf on top of the shit-soaked floor. I spent a week or so in the hospital, enclosed in a well-ventilated, sealed room with suited doctor coming in on the hour to monitor my vital signs as they tried to rehydrate my body. I had apparently expelled every available drop of water from my body that was possible with to sustain life without for a short period of time. All of my clothes were incinerated in the hospital's crematorium, and the soiled bag of Haribo sugar-free gummy bears was never recovered. This is my story. It is inconceivable to think that this kind of product can be sold legally and be misrepresented as food. I was lucky. I survived. But as for the families of the survivors and the survivors of themselves, they will forever live with the trauma of the events that took place at Pearson International Airport on that snowy day in April 2013. I have another call. Give me 1 second.
Can we look up if that's an actual thing that happened?
Yeah, we gotta find that story.
Gotta find that
Pearson
fucking news.
International Airport.
I think it's Pierce International Airport in Toronto, Canada.
Some
Man,
blonde guy
it-
got
hold on, wait, hold on,
pooped
wait.
over.
There's an actual fucking article.
You've got to be shitting me.
Is there a video?
I hope not. We
I
can't
hope
show that
not as
shit
well.
anyways.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
an
yeah, you're
actual there's an actual fucking article. This is from Toronto Sun. April.
Oh, God.
And then there's another one. There's another one from the Daily Mail in the UK on 18th of April 2013. This was an actual fucking thing that happened.
Oh no, 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 no.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, I just imagine him laughing while doing that.
I don't think you'd be able to laugh.
Yeah, I don't think you would either.
I just imagine evil laughter while it's happening.
I mean, I'm an hour in and I feel none the worse for wear so far.
Haven't you been eating it like a ton?
No, I haven't been eating a ton. I think I've eaten like 2 or 3 handfuls.
He's been spreading it out between days.
No.
Yeah, but didn't he say that the spreading it out didn't work?
Well, it didn't work.
No,
for
that
me.
was another guy.
I'm also not spreading it out per se. I'm just eating like a little bit at a time because, yeah.
You don't want to end up like Grandpa?
No, because I can't be having too many gummies anyways on keto.
Eat them. Yes. Now go to the airport.
No.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
hey, Bert, will you pay for the flight that I'll never take?
I don't have any money.
Exactly, you
nobody
spent them all on Legos.
I literally did.
Oh wait, what? Legos are that expensive nowadays?
Legos are really expensive.
No, I just haven't had a job in a while, Rex.
Oh. I haven't had a job in a while either, so
I always have a job.
Yes,
I
you
would
did.
send some kind of joke towards you, Rex, but I don't know you well to do that yet.
It's funny, large portion of the people here were actually in the 143rd.
Yes, including me.
Yes. Including Bert, including Bizak, including
No, wait,
Dragon.
Bert wasn't there?
Huh?
I think I know Dragon was in there, but
Bert's one of like the second lieutenants in the 919th.
I don't fucking remember. Dude, it's been years.
You do know that the 919th is like the EU portion of the 143rd, right?
I do, yes, but again, it's been either a year or a couple of months, like a good few months since I've played with the 143rd.
I'm
Okay.
currently the second highest ranking in the 919th.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
And Unai refused to recognize me.
Oh god, Unai.
Well, we shouldn't say anything about certain people on stream.
Yeah, let's just leave it at
Because
that.
that gets recorded.
Yep, let's just.
Unai, my boy,
Yeah,
let's
no,
be
that-
friends.
Look, I
I'll
don't,
buy you a donut.
Bert, I don't think hanging out with me will get you on Unai's friends list.
Honestly,
Maybe that's why it doesn't like me.
Fucking,
that's a high possibility.
that's a high possibility. It's funny, I never did anything wrong to him. He just said I bullied his buddy Joey, which I didn't. Joey said it was fine.
The only reason Unai doesn't really like me is he's had to train me multiple times.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I've just left and rejoined so many times that this time he said, if you leave and rejoin again, you're going through the 3 ops and Watchmaster approval.
3-aught
Don't
send
worry.
watch. What?
Yeah, that's the thing now to become guardsman is 3 ops and Watchmaster approval
Oh,
No.
without training. Oh wait, that isn't new.
3 ops is all you need. No.
3 ops? I could have
Yeah,
sworn.
to become a guardsman, you're not a part of a squad yet, so you don't need. Which watchmaster would have approved it if you're not part of a squad?
Watchmaster that has been with you for about 3 ops.
But you get randomly assigned.
Yes. Hope you get assigned to the same Watchmaster.
Don't worry, I train people too, so I can just train you.
I could have sworn there was on the document. This might have been a while ago, but I remember that
I
exact
remember.
thing.
I remember.
Ah yes.
You remember?
You remember?
Kahumba.
I'm more.
I love how I've been taking this moment to just build the fucking tracks.
You're still building the tracks?
Yeah, he's
Look
super
at how many
slow.
fucking tracks there are, dude.
It's not just me, Rex. He's
Yeah.
just slow, right?
Well, go fuck yourself. I take my time, alright?
Yeah, a little too much.
You can sit on a bag of dicks. That's what you can do.
I don't
Hey
have money
there,
for a bag of
Beesnack,
dicks.
how you doing?
Yeah, because you spend all your goddamn money on goddamn Legos.
And
And
how is that a bad thing?
at least I have money to spend on phone, guns, computer.
You're still working, bitch.
Yes, because I know how to keep a job.
I don't know how to keep a job. I just can't get one right now. So fuck you.
I could get a job.
Oh, you live in another country, so
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm.
huff.
Huff.
He huffs and he puffs.
And
So
he blows
weed.
your wife. Wait.
What? Isn't that reversed?
Yes.
No. Hey, Gore.
Yep.
When watch anime?
Not right now, because we're streaming.
What the hell are you doing? Just put them together.
40, 60.
What are you?
I'm trying to get the math right. 60.
Oh my god.
Because it's 62 links on either side. So I have to count out how many links there are.
Nerd.
20, 10, 20, 40, 50, 60. Wait, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So it is these two. This is...
1 hour later.
Look, it's getting done when it gets done. You know that?
Yeah, but you started the stream to piss me off, so now I'm gonna piss you off.
I could just mute you.
Simply enough.
Oh.
Simply enough. Why not just link most of them together, cut it in half, line it up, and see what the difference is?
Because they give you extra tracks in case you break them.
Oh, well, yeah. Then when you go to put it on, you'll have slack in the track, and then you take the ones off that have slack. You don't have to count.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
They're slacking the track right now.
Yeah, so you counted wrong. Even though you counted, you still did it wrong.
Yes, you just go put it on the when you go to put it on the wheels, and you go to wrap it over. You just line it up to where it is, and you'll see how many links you have to take off.
Actually, no, I think I did it right. It's just they built it with slack in the line for the torsion bars. I don't like it when there's slack on the tracks. That's the issue. Because there are some tanks with slack in their real life tracks, even though they're supposed to have a torsioning system. I'm trying to remember. I think the KV series of tanks has slack in the tracks. Because it says it's supposed to be 62 links per either side. Okay, are you gonna read the next one, Bezek?
What, do you like when I read them?
Yeah.
Dude, you have a good voice for that. Like
Yeah, you have a
narrator
better
voice.
voice for it than I do.
What was the toilet? After hold on. A long while back, I came across and read the online reviews for this product and was perplexed by the gruesome details to some of the stuff that I read. Regardless, I was really intrigued whether or not this stuff actually cleared you out. One day, a dear friend of mine brought these gummy bears out during a game night and set them on the table.
Oh, game night.
Oh no.
No, Zach. You weren't supposed to eat them.
They flow quite well.
Actually, give me 1 second. I have to do something.
Are you shit? Fuck, mother.
Oh,
No, actually, you're supposed to be shitting yourself, not me.
Woo. Oh, that burns the back of your throat.
What was the oh, I haven't.
I just drank some fucking vodka.
yes, vodka does tend to do that.
Yeah, this is gonna be real weird shit. Fucking hell. There. Why does Bezak go to constantly do this?
I don't know.
Why are you the way that you are?
Rex,
Yes.
do you collect any shit?
I used to collect knives.
Ah,
And
from
had
stabbings.
True British man.
I mean, I did also have a great sword, so.
I too have a great sword.
Yeah.
It's in my pants.
Bert is a pervert.
Fuck you.
Pervert bird. Children.
Hands in the sky, pilgrim.
What?
Hey, bro,
I don't know. Yes?
look in pictures.
Don't you fucking. Oh.
Not even once.
Uh,
Jesus Christ.
What happened? Did somebody light it on fire, or was it just extremely hot?
Those are some hot shits right there.
oh, you got thermite in there.
He
Hey,
threw
somebody
some
threw
motherfucking
thermite?
thermite in that bitch.
What, Bert?
So you collected knives.
Yes.
How many did you get to before you stopped?
Like 20, possibly 30.
How many did you use?
1.
What, the police take it away afterwards? Like, jeez.
No, I just used one knife the whole time.
Oh, alright.
Dude, you don't have to have multiple knives for murder, okay?
I mean, it helps disperse the blame. Make 'em
Yeah,
think
but he
there's more
wanted
than
to
one
take
person.
credit, man. It isn't. It's unfair when other people take credit, so he wanted everybody to know.
Fair.
Then he lost the knife, so it doesn't matter.
Someone else is gonna find it, just like, nice knife. They could charge
There
for
he
murder
is,
in
get
5
him.
years. Yeah. 5 years later.
Bit.
Sir, you're under arrest.
Ali-
What for? Murder.
Police only arrest the guy who has the knives. They're just waiting for somebody to pick it up.
Police, hands where I can see him. But I just picked it up. I don't care. You're a murderer. What? Damn it. He can't keep getting away with this.
He drops the knife and just all the police just put the guns down.
Oh,
Ah,
I
he's
just-
gone. Oh, okay.
It's like calling Lester to remove your wanted level.
Yeah.
I just realized I have a 19 to 29 knives now, or technically, because one of them was a bayonet.
Ah,
Like it
Wait.
had the bayonet ring on the
a bayonet lug.
lug, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
A slug.
That's its name. It's a bayonet lug.
I know it's a bayonet lug now that you've told me. I've always called it a bayonet ring because it was in a ring shape.
Glug.
I just had the horrifying thought of using a bayonet as a cock ring.
What the hell? Why would you think?
Because you
that?
said bayonet ring, so my mind was like, oh!
Yeah, people don't get married or anything. People don't use rings at all on their
I'm
fingers.
sorry, we live in this society where people do that shit.
Who called me a pervert?
We live in a society, alright?
Self-defense.
Is it self-defense or rape? I can't tell.
This girl tried to rob me. I was just defending myself.
I was really defending myself, yes. Police are like, I don't believe you for a second.
Girl, you realize nobody's gonna watch this.
I mean,
And then
who would
somebody-
still believe you?
God, I'll be right back.
Oh, this is scuffed. It's incredibly scuffed.
Is that the exhaust?
Yes, it looks like it. I mean, I'm only on bag 1.
Yeah, you're really slow at this.
There's only 2 bags.
Oh.
Uh,
How much in one bag?
I have no clue.
What?
I wish I knew. What was that? What was that? You're gonna say something, Biff? Purposely mispronounces words to agitate people. Yes.
You're like Stewie.
No, he does it because he's fucking retarded.
Some
Yeah,
cute
that
rip.
streamer fucking called the baby retarded, ban him. I don't give a fuck.
Well, isn't he? Didn't he hit his head
Yeah.
in an episode? Didn't he hit his head
Yeah,
when he was? in
that's
the
why
bag?
he was. That's why his head is shaped like a fucking football.
It didn't look any better last.
No,
before
it did not. Well, he probably could have grown into it, you know. Just had a big fucking head before. Now he's got a fucking football head.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
The fuck was that noise?
Yaga. Baba Yaga.
You're really losing your mind here, Birdie. Birdie boy.
Nah, you're just hallucinating. You're drunk.
No, not yet. I know how much it takes to get me drunk, and I'm nowhere near there.
Nah.
Probably because I don't want to drink the beer.
I don't like beer.
I'm not a particular fan of most beers either.
Dude,
Plus, the
I
beer I,
thought
have
this-
sucks ass.
I thought I just didn't like alcohol, but apparently I'm a fan of wine.
You like wine? I can't stand wine.
For some reason I do. I like wine more than other things.
You do you.
I can't change taste buds, bud.
So I said, you do you, mate.
You chucking vodka.
What?
I'm just sitting there with a fancy bottle of wine, just yes. Oh, delicious.
I don't find wine delicious. Vodka I like in comparison to most others. Although it is
Well,
a
you
very
need-
medical taste. Huh?
You need to know how to drink wine.
There's a specific way on how to drink wine. Oh,
Yes, there
great.
is.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello, Russian friend.
There's only one Russian here. That's the Russian. Oh yeah, I finally get to start putting on some of the panels.
It is that specific Russian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's finally passed stage 1.
Stage 1? Question mark?
Like you.
Bert, you may be high.
I'm always high.
Banned off YouTube.
Where'd
Oh, time to switch to Twitch. I know they're a lot more latent with it. Where did I put the stickers?
What was the lady's name again?
That lady.
The one who owns or controls YouTube.
I forget.
Hey, hag.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
God! Are you trying to get him banned off of YouTuber?
I think he is.
It's not like she's watching.
Watch she tunes into a smaller streamer thinking,
all of a sudden,
them-
all of a sudden, somebody shows up to the screen. No
Hello there, small
scream.
streamer. I'm just popping in here to see if you're following the guidelines. What the fuck?
Why are you talking about shit?
Has anybody else joined the stream?
No, I
We've
don't
lost
think we
all
have.
2 viewers, alright?
Yeah, we have.
Come back. We'll make jokes about shit.
I think that might be what made him left in the first place, to be honest.
I'm not talking about literal shit.
You see. I'm gonna make a purple eyes joke here. You see, they removed my fetish. Just pure shit.
Take a shit and just go, oh.
Fuck. Instant.
Maybe they left because the guy building the thing is so slow.
Nah.
One of the reviews for the Haribo thing is, I ate a nickel when I was 2, but I found it shortly after eating this bag.
I mean, hey, you find things you didn't know you still had in you.
You get richer.
Get richer from your own shit.
Is there some comment about having fed it to something or someone?
Oh wait, no, there was one that I read that was like towards the beginning about him and like 3 friends eating it, and only he made it to the toilet in his house.
Oh no!
That's
Go find
bad.
that one. That should be near the top.
Is it like the? It was a movie with a bunch of girls that got food poisoning. They ran into
Oh
a fancy
God!
shop, shat everywhere.
No, they were trying on wedding dresses. I remember
Yeah.
this movie, and they got food poisoning from the restaurant next door. So they were gonna try on wedding dresses, and as the bride is trying on wedding dresses and the bridesmaids are trying on their bridesmaids' clothes, the food poisoning kicks in.
And then the bride runs out on the street and just poops on the street.
She poops in the middle of the fucking street. I think that's the moment. If I was the bride, I would have canceled the wedding. Just nope. This is a bad omen. This tells me something's gonna go very wrong. Do you not agree?
I would be pissed if I was the groom. Just, what? You canceled it because you had a bad stomach?
You canceled it because you had a fucking food poisoning and you shit in the middle of the fucking street?
Huh?
To be fair,
Yep.
can you get married to the girl who just shat in the middle of the street?
I didn't see it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the entire public saw it.
Yeah, we'll just move somewhere else.
Watch someone comes from where you used to live. Ah, you're that lady who shat in the middle of the street. Oh god.
There's also the fact that that one airport incident. When looking up Pearson National Air or International Airport in Toronto, Canada, the first thing that comes up is April 8th, 2013.
Oh god.
The first thing. Not the airport itself.
That incident.
Yes.
It's not known for much else except this one incident. So
The
horrifying.
poor guy that was actually checking him is now immortalized by being pooped on.
I have been shit on.
Get pooped on, dude.
Get absolutely pooped on. Yeah, no, it went up to one viewer and then went right back down.
What if they thought it was someone actually trying to build a Leopard 2A7 like a real
I mean, I am. Oh,
I'm building a real one.
I would need a fuck ton more Legos, dude.
Those are not Legos, you little shit.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Well, here's the thing. Lego would never let me build it.
What do you mean?
Because remember, Lego doesn't allow you to make wartime stuff with their stuff.
I've
Real
made
war
stuff.
Real war
I gotta
stuff.
go to group.
Huh? What was that? Is that English?
All I heard was, I don't know.
Awkward.
Yeah, that's all I heard as well.
My audio cut out. Did you say something?
Bert, you there?
Alright. Fucking
It's
when
me
is
and you now.
Bizak gonna fucking come back, yeah? I wanna hear more story.
I do as well. I'm trying to look for that story you told me about.
Oop. I realized I think the camera is fucking shit. Yeah, it froze. Okay, yeah. I don't know why it froze, but it froze for a moment there. Okay, so I think I need this one yet. Yeah. Or this one. Hope I don't need that one yet. What a horrifying experience.
With what?
All of them. All of them are horrifying experience. Did you find the one I was talking about?
No, I haven't yet.
Well, like Bert said, hurry up. Sounds like I'm playing a Lego game over here. Just clink, 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 clink.
Oh, where is it?
It was like near the beginning. At least whenever I looked
It
at
wasn't at the beginning.
it. It was for me. This tank is really fucking back heavy.
Some of
found
the
a good one?
questions and answers are just hilarious.
Alright, go, shoot.
Well, I get Hiroshima out of my bumhole if I buy the 5-pound bag, or can I buy the 3.53 ounce bag and still have the same outcome? The ratio is perfectly balanced at 1 pound per megaton of sphincter force.
1 pound per megaton of sphincter force.
Yes.
That
The-
is a horror.
Yeah, it is. Oh god. The 3.53 ounce bag is the more gentle Stinger missile. While it would take approximately 1 pound to achieve Hiroshima out your bumhole, the truly brave can eat the full 5-pound bag to reach a sphincter core meltdown to match the Chernobyl.
To match Chernobyl.
Complete with evacuations of nearby villages.
Complete with evacuations of nearby villages.
Uh,
A product could not be better reviewed, you know?
yeah.
Like, what is more accurate? Oh, shit. I think I'm starting to feel something get rumbly.
Oh no.
Not yet.
We may have a story of our own here shortly.
Ooh, that is, I'm starting to feel it.
I remember what that one guy said, a slight sharp pain. And some rumbling.
I haven't felt any rumbling, but I have felt a slight sharp pain.
Oh no, it's happening.
It may be. This stream may be ending fairly shortly. I mean, I'll keep going until I actually, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I should have given one of you guys the stream key. That way, if I have to like just sprint off, you guys could shut it down for me. But I think we've gone a little beyond that point.
Yeah, probably.
If I
Have
would've-
aliens tested the bears given the warning on the packet about the gastrointestinal consequences of eating a product not of the earth?
Not of the earth.
Uh,
Again, you could not find a more well-reviewed, universally product. God, what happened now?
are these made in a nut-free facility? From the reviews, one would be nuts to eat these, whether they had an allergy or not. The product doesn't sound good for anyone's health.
It really doesn't.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree with you there. Sugar-free.
You know, so one bad thing about building an MBT?
What?
It's entirely the same goddamn color. Every
Yeah.
single brick is the
Well, you-
same color.
Do you think MBTs are supposed to be bright and colorful?
No, but at the same time, holy shit, it makes looking for a part a pain in the ass. Every part looks exactly like every other goddamned part.
Oh, you see, this one's a millimeter shorter than the other.
I will force feed you these gummies.
No, you
I
won't.
will force feed you these gummies when I find you.
You won't find me.
We'll meet up at some point in the future. I'll hear the sound of your voice and I'll just be like, that motherfucker.
Honestly, that probably will happen. Yeah.
Just that motherfucker. I'm coming! You just fucking Eat your fucking gummies, bitch! It's complete pain.
Yeah.
Oh. Fucking hit the oh, and I threw something else off my desk. I completely forgot what I threw off my desk, but something fell.
It was vodka.
Oh, I think I know what fell. No, it's not the vodka. You would have heard me.
Yeah.
No, the vodka! Fucking a noise to piss off Bert. That reminds me, where the hell did Bert go?
I don't know. I think he said he had something to do, or he had to be right back at the very least.
He went to the bathroom. I've teleported my shit into his bowels.
He has successfully ate the gummies and is now having the consequences.
I mean, I've eaten the gummies as well. We're an hour and a half in.
Have you been snacking on them this entire time?
Not the entire time, but for a good while. Nor as long as the people who seem to have made the reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a handful more. Looking for damn parts makes you hungry. I love how industrial the bag looks too.
What did you say? You like how industrial the bag looks?
Mm-hmm. No fanfare. They know what you're doing with this.
Yeah.
A simple warning. So they don't get, sued.
Just understand that you don't need to eat mini to produce your own gummy factory.
I'm really waiting for someone to exfil my bathroom.
So what, your bathroom? What did you say, Bezek?
I think he said
Exfil.
exfil.
Yes,
EXO?
Exfil.
exfil.
Oh. Alright, well, are you going to read us more stories?
No, that's what I'm waiting for.
Oh.
People in my house like to question the stuff that I say. So,
Just had a long conversation with your family about what you were reading.
precisely.
It's shit
I
fanfic.
don't think to explain.
Huh?
Do what?
It's what?
No, I also just don't care to explain it because it's just
It's
turns
quite
into an
shit.
hour.
Huh?
No, it just turns into an hour and a half long argument.
Oh, dear.
Damn.
Damn. Where'd you find this?
Exactly. Get off my desk. Get.
So no more reading stories. Got it.
Mm,
Sad.
not for me.
Huh?
15 more minutes.
Why for 15 more minutes?
So, there's someone in the shower.
Oh. Do you need to use the restroom? Is that why?
Well, I don't. It's just no, because people like to be nosy about what I'm doing and saying and stuff.
Ah. Mm.
I see.
And they're taking a shower at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yep.
That's
No,
odd.
Oh, yes.
I always forget you guys are an hour ahead of me.
Yes. We should play some. Not everyone here is.
How long?
before
How long till Lego done?
I was gonna say, depending on.
Depending on
Nope,
what.
nope. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. I was gonna say, depending on how long we take, Russian might be at work soon-ish. We could probably play War Thunder and or Hearts of Iron.
But the anime.
But Hearts of Iron and War Thunder.
But you said. But you said anime.
Yes, I did. But things change.
But you've
Life
never seen it in the
changes.
first episode.
Life changes.
Rex, don't you want to see the anime?
What anime?
Mushoku Tensei.
Oh.
Hmm. Never heard of it.
Oh no.
Or were we talking about it yesterday while we were
Oh
playing?
no, no,
Because
no,
it does
no, no.
seem vaguely familiar.
Might have talked about it. Come on.
We did.
You got it. You got this. Hold up. Hold up. Yep, nope. Time to stop.